Hello. We are live, are we? I think we are. Welcome. We are doing our weekly stream. It's an early one this week. Just our opponent is Blurby, who I had the pleasure playing against at Worlds just this last year in San Francisco. I believe it was round 2. And yeah, we were able to schedule the game earlier in the week, so might as well get to it. I'm going to be playing some. Well, you'll see. I mean, the Corp deck is not like it's something that I've like kind of built. Like when the set came out, I threw together a ton of decks, just as deck ideas were coming to me and stuff like that. And we haven't seen this around. It's poetry, and I may have played it once or twice, like way when I started. Like just like maybe I like built the deck and then tried it once. I don't think I did though, and I think I just put the deck together. And I was hoping to kind of like play a game or two with it before I actually played this match. But that's fine. I do a lot of my deck preparation in the theory crafting phase anyways, so here we are. Yeah, so we're gonna get going. Let me see here. Yeah. And maybe our opponent is not ready yet, and then I'll actually just go and jam a game. Okay, it seems like they're getting ready. So, let me show you what we're working with. Here's the Corp deck. We're playing some Acid Spam Poetry. It is... Okay, wait. Axu, you sent a message, and I can see it on my phone, but I can't see it in my chat. Why is that? Is it not connected? Oh. Okay. I think I should be good now. Axu says, bro, stop streaming in the middle of the night, I'm begging you. This is the only time during the week that I can do this because my class is during the day. Oh yeah, and I'm like just feeling off today. I like slept at 11:30 p.m., which has been pretty early. And then I woke up at 5, so I only slept for 5.5 hours. Woke up really early. It just feels weird. Anyways, let's talk about this list. I am playing some Acid Spam Poetry. We got to send a message, Ingatan, Off-World Office, and Aggressive Trend Setting. We'll see if we can score that out. Otherwise, we're just throwing cards on the board, and we're going to be concerned about our card draw. So that's why I have a Wall-to-Wall and 2 Calvins in here. And then if we just get enough cards and chuck them on the board, then we'll get some money. We'll get some wage workers. Maybe we can be rude with some working prototype triggers. Warm Reception will give us free clicks for more installs. Skunkworks should be just like an annoying defensive upgrade, just because we're just going to be rushing hard on tempo, and paying clicks and credits, and also it being 3 to trash will just be difficult for most runners to deal with. And then we've got a Hollow Man, a Seamless Launch, and Nano Management just to help us smooth out some scoring. And we are going to score throughout all of this, hopefully. The deck might fall flat on its face, but like I don't build very many decks that like, I generally, if I build a deck and I'm like, this deck seems good, it won't just fall flat on its face, but maybe you'll come back in 30 minutes and you'll see that that's happened. The ice suite is just like very clean. I would opt for more ice generally. But just like Scatterfield, Drafter, Ablative Barriers, 9 ice. And we're playing 2 friend companies, so like maybe we should play more ice. But it's fine. Let's just go at it and see what happens. Yeah, that's the plan. Any side. Okay, we're gonna Corp. Because this is what I just talked through. Because the runner, we've got something spicy for the runner side too. So restreams of bad software, real gangsters stream to YouTube only. Yeah, I should do that. I would love to do that. But like, I don't know, some people like to watch on Twitch. It's a thing that's available. It doesn't really affect me. So whatever. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna full screen. This hand seems great because we have 2 ice. Is it good? No, we need econ cards. So we're gonna throw that away. And let me just check to make sure that my full screen has worked. And I'm going to stay zoomed out because if things go well, there's going to be a lot of remotes. All right, let's go. Auto campaign, wage workers, Calvin, sure. Tao's probably playing burner. If we just clear 4 cards out of our hand, though, are they going to burner us? Probably not. So we'll just go boom, 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 and put the drafter in R&D. Sounds good? Yeah. Oh. No, sorry. Hang on. Actually, okay, never mind, it's fine. We're not gonna res the wage. Right. Yeah, we just won't res the wage. This is fine. I was gonna like undo and then just like try to install the wage. Or try to res the wage and put an ice. Like, we're gonna get burnered here. With the 3 cards in hand, but like when you don't res the wage, there's a 1 in 3 chance that they'll go and run it and just access it, not trash, because they don't have the money. There we go. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Very good. Very good. See, if we res the wage, they wouldn't have made that run. We're going to res the Calvin Bailey here, because if they trash it, we're going to draw cards. And then we're going to keep the auto campaign, which is beautiful. Send a message. Not what we're looking for. So I can install 3. Let's start by installing and resing spin. Oh, wait. Oh, no, because I can Calvin at the end. Yeah. Okay. Scatterfield on the auto seems great. So you can go Scatterfield on the auto, res the wage, Ice HQ, click the Calvin. That seems good. So we go boom, res, this on HQ, and we'll just click this last click. It's probably like a little unnecessary, just drawing cards like that. But we want to protect our money. The ice on HQ isn't going to do anything unless they like play a run event. Like, well, I don't know. If they play burner, I'll definitely just leave it because we have the spin doctor. So the ice on HQ is just kind of posturing, get it out there, let it be for now. Running server 1. Sure. Choose a card to install from HQ. So this lets us install in any card from HQ. And that's going to be probably the Bass. And then next turn, we're just going to click for 3. We could also install the Hollow Man. I feel like they're going to check this because they've been checking a lot of stuff. So we're going to throw the Bass out there. Just that, like, the Bass is useful, right? The Calvin is a duplicate and it's not useful. Right. So I got the sense that our opponent was going to check the card, so we didn't want to put the Hollow Man out there because we kind of actually want the Hollow Man. They're going to trash the Bass. Love to see that. And now we're here. Perfect. Okay, so now we definitely are clicking for 3. And then, again, if we install the Hollow Man out there, I think it's going to get checked. I could click for 3 and then click the Calvin, and that'll hopefully get us an off-world office, which I think is the plan. Yeah, I don't mind that. Nice. Got the agendas off the top of the deck, too. Like, we don't want those sitting there. I feel like the Calvin isn't going to be necessary, and the agenda might actually be useful, but also the send a message might be better in the circumstances. Huh. Because we could, like, hollow send a message, and I feel like that is going to work. Oh, no, because they're going to swap the ice, so it's not going to work. We'll just keep it simple and pitch the agendas. Just because, like, we are expecting to draw some cards with the Calvin, and, like, Tau is going to make the game a little bit complicated. And when we score, we're also going to get a poetry trigger, so, like, a lot of stuff is going to happen here that we would just rather play safe. Okay. So we can score the off-world. Oh, I'm not very smart, am I? I could have scored the send a message, but also we don't want to score the send a message, so it's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to score the off-world. Warm reception, working prototype, off-world. Okay. So we're going to install... This just lets us install, and that's it. It's just that it has to be a non-agenda card. So I think it's working prototype. It could be warm, actually. No, it's going to be warm. Put that in a new remote. And then Hermes is going to bounce something. And then we have another click for another install. And it'll probably just be the auto campaign in server 1. Yeah, I could have scored the send a message there, but it was... We want the money for now. The second auto showing up is really good. We're bouncing the asset. That is interesting. And then we're just going to set up the auto. Okay. It's probably looking a little small, hey? My screen. It's like super zoomed out. But I think I gotta keep it like this. Draw a card, hit Rent Riders. That makes sense. We're gonna res the auto campaign. I almost forgot to do that. And we're gonna draw the working prototype. The top card of the deck is Off-World Office. And I think we're just installing 4. And our opponent is probably gonna check all of them. And that seems fine. I shouldn't have installed the Hollow Man on the end. Because on turn 1, he ran the end. But it looks like they're ritualing anyway, so they might not run it. Please install a environmental testing. That would be ideal. We're doing well. Okay. That is the other copy of Calvin. Nice. Very nice. We're just out here spamming assets. You know, last week I played Honest, Install Ice, Score Agendas Behind Ice, and talking all about ice placement and scoring windows, and now we're just going to put cards on the board. One decision I have to make at the start of the turn here is whether I want to draw that off-world office. And I think... I think I'd rather draw a send a message But I would like the off-world office. So we are going to draw the off-world. Okay. They'll probably trash this one. And now we have this Hollow Man as well. Don't know what to do about that. Now Hermes is tricky, right? Because if I install the off-world, yeah, we're not going to do anything too crazy here. Which means I think we just click the Calvin and like install 2 cards and we just relax. And we just have 5 cards in our hand for end of turn. We probably ice R&D actually. Yeah. Nice. Okay. That's really good. Because now we're actually going to have our path to 7 without the send a message, which is a big deal. So let's draw again, and we're going to put an ice on R&D. So for them to find an agenda, I'll have to run through an ice here. Spark of Inspiration, getting Orca, okay. It's not the right one. It is for HQ, but they're going to play some more setup, which makes sense based off of how this game has kind of gone. I wouldn't expect a central run here, especially not with the ice on R&D now, which means we are about to score the off-world. I could score the aggressive. And how would that go? We go install, because we have 5 clicks, right? Ooh. Okay. Okay, so so I guess we're not scoring the aggressive. Because if I had the wage, then I would actually be able to install 3 cards, advance it 3 times, and then also have another click. I'd do it the other way. I would install triple advance, score, install 2 more cards, get another click. But now... I think it's definitely just the off-world. Yeah, we just get the points. Like, it doesn't really matter here. Working prototype, seamless launch and eco campaign. Okay, seamless launch is probably not necessary this game anymore. Working prototype is fine, and Nico campaign is good. I'll probably do like the working prototype just because it costs more money for them to like they're gonna have to trash the working prototype probably. And we'll just put it in a newer mode. Okay. We're gonna have to pitch a card here. It's gonna be Hermes bounced the ice back. And then no Tau Trigger, sure. Now the ice is the ablative is really good, right? But so is the nano, and so is the skunkworks. So I'm wondering if we just throw out a 3-1. Throwing out a 3-1 against the Hermes Tau deck is playing with fire. Is what it is. But I think that's what I'm doing. think that is what I'm doing. It's gotta be better than throwing out something else. Like, all these cards are really good here. The Ablative reinstalls wage workers. Like, that's a huge deal. We're gonna give them an agenda here. This run was always coming. And we're not gonna res anything. This run was always coming. So we were just giving them a point, and we knew that. Right, so I can reinstall the ice, which is really cute. We can swap it for the ablative barrier. Actually, we probably just put it on R&D. No, we don't want to get Bernard. So let's get the ablative out on HQ. And yeah, the Bass is good, and the Wage Workers is good. So it's both like huge threats that they don't want to give us back. And there's 2 ablatives to get them back. And they're pretty broke here. And if I can bounce this side hustle, that's going to be tough. If I can bounce the side hustle. I think we're going to res a bunch of stuff here. Yep. Because I can literally go install a card, res, click the 2 working prototypes. And that's crazy. Right. So we go res, res, res. Oh, I can't install 1 card. So we'll have to install a card, click a working prototype, and figure it out from there. But now they're like, it's different math now, right? Because I have to trash the Hollow Man, and they're going to lose this side hustle immediately. So it's definitely res Calvin, and then install and res a Skunkworks. It's just, what am I doing after that? I'm installing the aggressive, I guess, and then I can win with the nano management. I guess so. I don't think they can get in here, right? It costs them 2 credits, and they have to install their Lobby. Yeah. So we have to go trash, res. This is 5 counters, right? I haven't played with working prototype in a long time. And we're going to go install, res, pop the side hustle to the top of the deck, and then we'll put the trend setting in there. And then they could rip an agenda off the top of R&D, and that would be sad, because this is an obvious jam, so maybe this was a little premature, and I could have iced R&D and played it a little slower. That's probably safer, actually, and I probably took an unnecessary risk here by jamming. Because if they, like, rip a send a message off the top, Tau swap, Hermes bounce, run the remote, then suddenly they're at 5 points and I'm still at 4. But it looks like that's not happening because of the Skunkworks, so we're okay. Yeah, because they would have had to do that click 1. Like, run R&D, click 1, run the remote, click 2. So we're okay. And I am just going to score here, and they could burner me, and that's fine. Ingatan, Nico, send a message. That's really bad. That's really bad. Holy crap. Oh, but I can ice R&D when they steal the Ingatan. So, yeah. We'll put this in a new remote, I guess. That might waste them a click checking it. We don't want to put it in server 1 because that is going to give away, like, because I can only install non-agenda cards. And I don't want to eat that remote up for potential installs next turn. And these drafters are going to be dead anyways, so we'll throw that out. 5 points on top of R&D. There's 2 clicks not spent running R&D, 3 clicks not spent running R&D. Very good. And we're running back into HQ. Very nice. Oh, I just win! Nice! GG. It did not click that I would just win there if they didn't steal the Ingatan. So that worked out nicely. Had Orca, but also Hermes earlier. Poetry deals somewhat well against Hermes. You stealing from me, and then me re-icing. This seems quite good. Yeah. They only stole once, but like stealing one and then re-icing seems really good. Give me like 5 minutes before the next one. Okay. I want to intro my runner because it is not just a random runner. But I do want to catch up on chat. So let me unfull screen and look at this. Day one, wage worker mess up. Yes. Yeah, that was bad. Well, but it was fine because they ran it. I feel like if they kill wage workers, prevent click for 4, you're going to bankruptcy here, or the opponent can time up themselves twice. Yeah, the wage workers was doing well, but like the thing is, like, it's hard to trash, right? Like it's 4 to trash, and if I have another one, then like you've just time walked yourself by trashing the wage workers. So that's tough. We can't be on Calvin. Did the opponent pick a startup deck? I think Tau. I mean, so I like Blurby is a very strong player. Again, like I ran into them at Worlds. I think for the first time, and they played a very strong game. Had very strong basic fundamental principles. And was playing I don't remember what their corp was, but I remember it was a Red Koshiko on the other side. And again, like made some really solid lines. And like it was a misplay like right at the very end that allowed me to just squeak a win out of it. And otherwise that game was dead lost for me. Okay, I want to intro my runner. Here's my runner. Are y'all ready for this? I'm so excited for this, but I'm also excited for poetry, but I'm also excited for this deck. My runner is Knick-Knack Az. And here's the deck. It's a Knick-Knack Az deck, and because there's so much stuff that you can install for cheaper with Az that you can Knick-Knack, and it's just like value all over the place. So as long as you can find your Knick-Knack. So like the big one is red team, and someone's gonna complain about me playing red team in standard, and I think that's a valid complaint. But because red team is like a system gateway and startup card, but red team is like very good with Knick-Knack. But also it like Class Act is really good with Knick-Knack. So like Class Act becomes like a powerhouse draw card when you play Knick-Knack. So you have Class Act, you have red team, you have open markets when they get down to $2 or $1. That's just like a small amount of value. And then 3 copies of Revolver, which this part of the deck is a little bit sus. But the deck is playing 3 boomerangs, so you just have to like manage your sentry breaking capabilities. But also, if you don't like that, it's very easy to just throw an Echelon or a Carmen in here, and play like 2 or 3 Revolvers and an Echelon or a Carmen. So there's that. And then honestly, I just like ran out of cards to put in the deck. Like if I could play like a 40 card deck or maybe even like a 38 card deck, I would do that. But I just like ran out of cards to put in. So like I guess we'll play 1 Pinhole. I guess we'll play 1 Biobands, which is fine. Biobands is good because of the transfer of wealth, and the Shesvies. But like we'll put in a Ducklands Pass, which is a fine card. a no free lunch, which is whatever, and then 3 stone ship chart rooms, and I'm just gonna like, okay, we're just gonna not die, so we'll just play 3 stone ships along with our 3 class acts and just make sure that we don't die because I have deck slots left over that I don't know what to do with. So that's what's going on there. And yeah, I think like if I could like, I mean, Stone Ship's very good in the kill matchups, and kill matchups are abundant. So I don't want to trash on Stone Ship too much because I am a big fan of Stone Ship. But I think the purest version of this deck is like cut the Lilo, cut the Pinhole, cut the Docklands Pass, cut 3 Stone Ships. How many cards is that? That's 6 cards, and cut the No Free Lunch is 7 cards. So I would like play this deck at 38, and it would be great. But here we are. So let's go. I'm going to jump in. There is a deck list for y'all there, which is going to be kind of small, but I am going to zoom in this time, and I'm going to catch up on chat very quickly. Mather says, yes, we'd be so happy seeing this. Very good. I thought about Bling as because I have a problem. I haven't played much Bling. But Sebastian with Bling is something that will surely come up in one of these streams soon. See if it should be in Baz instead. Yeah, I mean, like, Az might not be doing enough, but it's a lot. You're saving money. All right. I'm going to jump in. Let's see if I can control plus. And then hand seems great. And then we're going to go F11. How does that look? Looks good. All right. Here we go. I'm going to play some Knick-Knack as. Yeah. Okay. Also, I haven't... What is going on here? So, he's kept... is playing Zwicky, which says first time each turn you gain credits through an ability on an agenda or operation, you may draw cards, which is just tempo, hedge fund, ice. Fine. I might as well just bravado. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll probably play the gamble anyways, but we might as well just bravado. Is there anything that we'd have to pay money for? Maybe. But let's see this, because it's just like... Yeah, nice. Because sometimes this is like Winchester, and then it's just a free access. And other times it's a logjam, I guess. And that is also great. And then we're going to install this open market for a $1 discount. And then we're going to install this class act for a $4 discount. And then we're going to draw 4 cards and nail the Knick-Knack right off the top. And this pinhole is unnecessary. Beautiful. Sure, that's fine. If I play the lie low, we're going to go to 8 cards. And I don't want that. And I would rather Knick-Knack and clean Getaway Archives, which is insane. Now, do I greed it and sell the open market? I feel like I do. Oh, but also we can boomerang and transfer wealth. No, we can't, because that's a logjam. That makes sense. I mean, I definitely Knick-Knack and clean Getaway. It's just whether or not I sell the class act or the open market. And I feel like I want to greed it. Because I have tons of money, right? Yeah, we have tons of money. Oh, no, we're not spending this $1. We're going to install. And then we're going to clean Getaway Archives. And we're going to sell the open market. To draw a class act or a penny shaver, we want the class act. So we're going to bottom the penny shaver. Which is unfortunate, but that's okay. And I guess now we're just gonna draw because I'm gonna class act instead of lie low later. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. The value. Please don't ice archives. Oh my god. Greasing the palm, sure. Whatever you do not ice archives. That's fine. That's fine. And I'm not going to care about that. So we're going to install red team, right? And then we're going to run archives. This is insane. And then we're going to sell the class act. Is this deck crazy? This deck might be crazy. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Another green mail. Okay. So we've got like Biawax just like hiding in corners here. Kurapira on the logjam here is amazing. And sometimes you run into this problem where you have clean getaway and you have red team and you kind of want to use both. But what am I going to do? Okay, we're going to buy a bands to clear the transfer of wealth tag. So I'm going to buy bands to clear the transfer of wealth tag. If I red team archives. No, but we might as well, thinking. Okay, so here's the turn, right? We're going to spend a click playing the buy bands. We're going to spend a click playing the transfer of wealth. And we're going to spend a click playing the mutual favor. So we have one more click. And we will have played 1, 2, potentially... Well, we'll have played the buy bands, but the buy bands is going to probably draw us 2 cards. And I'm probably going to play the buy bands on HQ. Just because I want the extra Kurapira counter. I'll just pay 4 credits for an access and a Kurapira counter. That seems fine. So, okay, so we want to end the turn on 5 cards. And we're going to play 1, 2, 3. Which means we're going to have 4 cards. We're going to draw a card with Knick-Knack, which is 5 cards. Which means I'm going to use the red team and not the clean getaway. Follow? Follow. Or maybe we want to end the turn on 4 cards because of the lie low. Yeah, actually. That is actually better. So we're going to play the clean getaway. After all that, we're going to sell the class act for another clean getaway. Fine. We're going to get this Kurapira. We're going to transfer. And we're just going to build up Kurapira counters because we don't know, like, we've shown logjam, so we probably have, like, some big ice in here. And paying 4, oh, really? Okay. Sure, because I plan on running back, I'll trash it. That's a little bit scary. But alright. Oh, did I miscount somehow? Oh, that's right, because I'm drawing 2 with the buy bands. But that's okay. I'll probably just throw out the lie low. Rezzing Spin Doctor, love to see that. We do love to see that. I guess if I draw the no free lunch, I'll install it. Okay, that's good. We're definitely clearing a tag. We're seeing a hedge fund. Fine. The clean getaway is honestly redundant. But the stone ship... Well, no. The stone ship is important because we don't want to die to... Y'all know what that's called. Measured response. The lie low is also important. to just draw. So yeah, it is the clean getaway. Yeah, because we have the red team on the board. When are we going to use the clean getaway? Like, at the same time, obviously, but that's unfortunate. I guess we don't have the red team on the board. I spoke too soon. Oh, and now I want to use the clean getaway on archives, but that's okay. We're going to get a bunch of accesses here on centrals. So I guess it's going to be Shesvi, transfer, go to 0. And I can probably just leave the spin. Shesvi, transfer. And then I'm just going to stay low on credits. And then play the lie low at top of next turn. I am in trouble because of points here. But let's start with this. Choose a target for knick-knack. No, thank you. That's so unfortunate. Losing the red team to above the law. Oh, we could have sniped, hey? They were probably both in hand. So we were just, like, unlucky with the access, too. I could force the spin back. Do I want to do that? Or I could see the top card of R&D. I feel like I'm just going to force the spin back. We want to find our twinning soon. But yeah, we'll just force the spin. It's important to force spin doctors. And we'll clear the tag. They're going to click for 3. If we can find another transfer, that would be amazing. Nope. Shesvi's really good. Shesvi's will get us accesses on HQ. But we're going to need more than that. Just going to double check. You cannot res Biawak on 3 creds with green mail. Correct? I'm pretty sure you can't, but we're going to double check with our opponent, who surely has it in their deck and has probably played this. Okay, cool. The answer is correct. So the problem is it's probably Shesvi and see another card in HQ. We've seen Mask. And what did I access the turn before? Hedge Fund. Which is actually what they're going to be doing here. Really need this twinning. And this money situation is going to be a problem because he's going to get to $10 and double measured response is going to be online. But there's so many agendas in this deck. Oh man, what do we do? We can go Penny Shaver, run R&D. Penny Shaver is going to be too slow here. Which means this copy of Shesvi is also going to be too slow. Okay, I'm going to poke just because I'm not going to be able to poke later. So I'm going to poke now. Because next turn he's going to go credit, hedge fund, and I'm not going to be able to run R&D. So let's get this run in now. Nice. And then we'll run back. Okay, good to know. I think it's Penny Shaver. I think it's Penny Shaver. Because then we don't have to deal with Winchesters either. Like, we only have to deal with 2/3 of Winchester. Yeah. Man, cycling the class axe maybe has cost us a little too much filter draw. Because now we're scared, right? Now we need that revolver. I could install the Shesvi. run HQ, see a card. It's better now because they've played the hedge fund and they've drawn a card. Let's draw again first. Okay, that's good to have. But we're not going to use it yet. So it's going to be the Shesvi, and we're going to run HQ. Because next turn we can knick-knack one of the Shesvis. So this is just... We're just basically spending a click to draw a card. Which is what we've been doing anyways, so it's fine. Hey, it's me! Alright. Please don't score. Okay. Oh man, we need this. We need this, this twinning so bad. There's only one in the deck, I think. Let me check. Yeah, there's only one in the deck, and our class acts have all, two of them are gone. Had a burst of an opening. How do we pull this one out? Well, it's probably revolve or run the remote, and then we can knick-knack the Shesvi, and we'll just go from there. We can't break a Koge, but that's okay. Okay. That is annoying, I guess. I'd rather pay 3 credits than pay 2. Well, no, I'd pay 2 in a counter, actually. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay. We have to deal with this because of the slash and burn situation. Sure. And then we died a double measured response, which means I need to install Unity, install Stone Ship, draw a card. Oh boy. I mean, I can probably just install the Stone Ship and they're not going to go for it. Just because the Unity... Like, I can't lose the Unity. That's the problem. But I think we have to, like... We can't take that tempo hit of not being able to play the gamble. So... Oh, I don't even have 3 clicks to do that. That's hilarious. So, yeah. It'll just be draw, beautiful draw. And then Stone Ship. Okay, sure. Okay, so 20 comes down next turn. We'll have to make a run on a central to get it charged. Relative clearance is not a score yet. Getting a click back is bad. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay, well, he's got $8, so double measured response is off the table next turn, which means the Stone Ships will just be safe. So now it's gamble twinning Unity run HQ C2, and I don't have another line. Yeah, I guess so. Gamble Unity twinning run HQ. I could Stone Ship first. I might as well. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Didn't expect it to. And then no knick-knack here. Even though we'd love to play the gamble at start our next turn. And we just have to steal this slash and burn, right? Our odds shouldn't be that bad. Like, do they really have, like... If they have, like, 2 slash and burns and 1 3-2 in hand, then we just have to steal a 3-2? and if they have 1 and 1, I have to steal one of the two. Like if their hand is just 3 slash and burns and 2 off the books, then good game, I guess. We're gonna bypass. This cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want the gamble money. Right, so we're gonna bypass, and then we're going to boost the Corp Hero. And we'll see 2. Nice. Nice. Okay. We're in this. We are in this. Very good. We like to see some snipes. We do like to see some snipes. I'm not gonna have... Like, this gamble's still gonna be a little awkward. So, like, I'm gonna have to, like, click for a credit, play the gamble, and then run. No knick-knack. Because the game has, like, sped up a ton, I haven't been able to get knick-knack value. Like, it's not actually, like... The problem is not that I don't have cards for the knick-knack. It's just that I haven't had time to put those cards on the table. Like, the red team is in my hand. We've discarded an open market. I guess that's it. But that's still 2, like, big triggers. Oh, and we also lost a red team to the above the law, which is another big loss to this knick-knack. Advancing the logjam, fine. He's drawn 2 cards. A lot of fresh cards in HQ now. And now I'm just running. I'm just like, we're clicking for $1, playing the gamble, and then we're going to run R&D, run HQ. It's got to be it. Because I can't... I mean, like, he doesn't have his ice resed, so I have to go for these runs here, I think. Alternatively, I could try to install the red team and, like, red team archives. Thinking. Okay, so here's the question, right? I can either go for it now, or I can take a turn off. And if I take a turn off and I don't lose next turn, then I win, right? Because if I take a turn off and I develop the red team, and I don't run R&D or HQ, can I do both? Install red team, hit the red team, I have $3. No, I can't. I got the Chesv. Can I do both? It's not clear. I guess we stone ship first. I would die to measured response. Huh. I would die to measured response, actually. So I guess it has to be credit gamble. If I go credit gamble, install red team, hit the red team, pop the stone ship, then I have 4 cards in hand, and I will have spent... No, and then I'd have 7 credits, which is also not enough. I'd still die to measured response, to double measured response. Okay, so let's start with this. That does help me, because now I can credit gamble bravado R&D. Which means I'll have $8 for the run, which should be enough. But checking archives is very real, too. Like, just checking it for agendas is very real. But I can do that last click. So we're going to do this. No knick-knack, because I need all of this. I need all these breakers. And I might as well C2 here, assuming I get in. There's a world where like something gets rezzed on the outside and then I jack out. And that would be a sad world. But like the odds of us losing next turn is very, very low because there's only one off the books left in their deck. So they need to find that one off the books and a slash and burn, which there's probably two. And then we can figure out the rest of this agenda suite, right? So 2, 4, 6. So there's 3 off the books, 3 slash and burn. So that's 12. And above the law is 14. 3 green mails is 17. And then there's 1 3-pointer gets you to 20. And I assume we're on a 49 card deck. I didn't notice at the start of the game, so they're on a 49 card deck, because otherwise I would have noticed. Okay, before I click too fast, we're gonna boost. Right, because so they don't have the win here, right? Because they played KPI. Oh, and they drew with KPI, and then they drew another card. So actually, no, there is a chance that they do have the win here. But we still see 2 out of R&D. Just because we're here. Beautiful. Ooh. Dang. GG. Any hiding in archives? That got really close, despite my explosive start. Ah, no. Basalt and slab. Slash and burn. Slab. Nice. Yeah, so not the right 2. Oh, yeah, no, it can't be the right 2, because I stole the off the books off the top of the deck. No, it was in hand already. I was popping the stone ship just in case it changed something. Changed something, but it didn't. I needed to pop at end of turn anyways for measured response. Yeah, so I didn't draw anything. But well, I mean, didn't top deck at the last moment. If you had gotten one but not the other, I'm still in the game, but both, and I have to top deck the last 3 too. Yeah. No, that's unfortunate. Like finding the off the books off the top of R&D when I decided to poke R&D, finding the 2 agendas out of HQ with the twinning, and then of course finding the last one. It was there. If I didn't run, it was there. There was a world on this last turn where I install red team and run archives without contesting HQ or R&D. And in that world, and if I did that, then you would have won with the off the books top deck. But the stone ship drew me the bravado, which made the difference. I can maybe stick a Plutus for a turn, but I have to have 2 slash and burn and basalt in hand, which I think you see through eventually. Yeah. I figured from here on you run every turn, control the top of the deck. Normally you would. But like I was a little concerned about being able to sustain that. Just with the Shesvi and I had a gamble and I guess I found a bravado. Like the bravado was the big game changer, right? If I didn't find the bravado, like my econ is in the red team and I need to get that down. Exactly. Next 7 cards were ice and gas. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna press send anyways, even though they left. It's fine. Okay. Successful outing of Knick-Knack, As, and Poetry. Okay, I'm gonna read the chat, but I am in the mood to play more. So, and it's gonna be one of these decks. So if you want to see more Knick-Knack, As, or if you want to see more Poetry, let me know in the chat. And whichever one I see more votes on by the time I'm done catching up in chat, I will play that one. Hand looks goated. Oh yeah, that was, man, like I guess the start of the game was like insane, right? Like just drawing and getting money and drawing and getting money. I guess that's like something that I'll have to like keep track. I don't know, like did I Knick-Knack away a class act when I shouldn't have? Maybe? Oh, I guess it was good that I Knick-Knacked the open market. It squeezed an extra bit of value out of the Knick-Knack, an extra card and a credit. It's a big deal. Could be Zaya for the 40 deck size. That's true. You could play Zaya, but like you're not getting central X's like that much. Bravado R&D every time here. Ooh. Oh, like instead of HQ on the very start of the game, you wanna run HQ just to get the ice flip so you can scope out the ice for the transfer of wealth. If only red team was Timushin. Installing the red team is the same as drawing 2, except you don't have to deal with hand size. Yes, but it's like Stone Ship just thins your deck if you're not against kill, and if it's against kill, it's like MVP. But if you're not against kill, like it is the same as just drawing 2, but you're now playing a 44 card deck, and then a 43, and then a 42. So like they're just invisible cards. And if Radiant was here, he would tell me to play Concerto, and maybe I should, because that's also just an invisible card. But like we run into problems where it's like I want to play the clean getaway, and I also want to click the red team. Can't do both, and Concerto's going to run into that problem too. Running HQ after the fast advance seems weird. It can be, but like that was just the server to run, because I wanted to play the transfer of wealth, and then the Baya is just safer. Oh wait, no, because I guess they were broke, right? I could have seen the top card of R&D, but like the top card of R&D shows up in HQ, and if I run HQ later, I'm going to see that card. So like it just comes back to that principle of like trashing cards out of HQ is better than trashing cards out of R&D. And I think they were only at 4 points at that time, so like I don't know if, or maybe they were at 5. I don't know. But getting Kurapiri counters for $4 seems like a thing that will pay off later when potentially bigger barriers show up, considering that we saw Logjam. I wonder if the deck should be on Wake. I hate Wake Implant. Wake Implant, like dealing a damage to yourself as Crim, like sucks every time. I don't like that card. Stone Ship to charge twinning was a thing, yeah. That's true. Huh. You're so right. I missed that. I totally missed that. Trat. I totally missed Stone Ship to charge twinning. That is disappointing. I definitely should have done that. Yeah, and scene 3. I mean, like, yeah, I guess world champ difference of seeing 2 agendas, and the exact 2 that I needed. But yeah, I should have done that. Huh. Good to note. But yeah, Mather says needed for measured. Like, I think at that point I already used one stone ship, so there's only one stone ship left, and one stone ship doesn't help you against measured. Coping that the Knickknack is worth installing. Oh, it gained us so much money. Okay, we got to vote for poetry, vote for As. Putting down the penny may have been better than Chesby since you still get As discount and sell it for 3. Yeah. Ooh. Well, no, because we would have had to spend a click clicking the penny. Whereas the Chesby just gains us $2 because we were running anyways. But I guess if I was using the Chesby to justify the run, then the math gets a little wonky. But yeah, I guess both cards cost the same amount to install. But the Chesby gains you $2 when you run, and the Penny Shaper gains you $2 or more bucks, but you have to spend a click on it. And then it sells for an extra $1. It's quite close, actually. Another vote for As, another vote for poetry, another vote for poetry. Looks like poetry's winning. I want to see a good trend setting. Okay, yeah, I agree. I would like to open a game with trend setting and get that scored and see what happens. The reason I bravado R&D is because of Afshar, and I thought the deck was on Hermes. Ah, yes, fair enough. But also, like, you want to find out if it's Afshar. Like, that's also just, like, good info, even if it hits you. Because, again, like, a lot of Wayland decks will play Winchesters. I know I'm a big fan of Winchester. So, poking R&D, or poking HQ, just, like, is awkward for Winchester when you have no programs or hardware installed. Okay, I'm going to play poetry, and then maybe we'll play the other one anyways. But I would also like to see a good trend setting. Let's see, Corp. And then we're going to get the Corp deck list out. Oh, what do I do? I'm going to have to, like... If I full screen, and then I Alt-Tab, is that fine? Oh yeah, y'all don't see anything. Okay, nice. Okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to full screen, and I'm just going to look at chat this way. That was pretty good. I'm, like, very happy with that performance. With the poetry, more so than, like, I mean, like, well, I was very happy with both. Like, the As came down to being, like, way too close for comfort. But it showed off that it has, like, some pretty sick synergy. I'm getting, like, a day off tomorrow. Like, a day off. There's no class because some university in BC has their convocation tomorrow. But instead of class, they're giving us, like, 3 modules to do that we're supposed to do, like, self-study. But it's just, like, they're just giving us more work. So the people who are going to TRU, who have their convocation tomorrow, is gonna be, like, falling behind, like, for sure. I don't know how they're gonna keep up with those 3 modules. Okay, we have... Oh, is this... is this just the same... Is this just the Knickknack As? I would be impressed if Thanos has ported it that quickly. Because you're just doing it off of the screenshot that's on my screen. Because I haven't posted this. Okay, anyways, we have 2 agendas, so we can't keep this. And we want to get a trend setting. Didn't find a trend setting. So we can install 3. We could also Scatterfield, install Wage, install Spin. Thing is, we're always like, man, like we're scared about transfer here, right? Do we ice HQ? That's the question. Like it's going to be install working, install spin, and the question is, do we put the hollow on the board or do we put the scatter field on the board? And I think it's got to be the scatter field, which is just unfortunate, but that's okay. Okay, Penny Shaver coming down. That's not ideal. I think we're just going to res the spin because the working prototype is just going to get trashed. And I don't want to pay $1 for it. Wall-to-wall is very good. But Penny Shaver is just going to wreck us here. Have to trash that. The no free lunch. Okay. Ingatan. I mean, we just throw 3 on the board. I could sneak the agenda on the board and then seamless it. I don't mind that, actually. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. And I thought about the spin, but like if they run the spin for some reason and they have the money to trash it, then I'm gonna have to like res that spin, throw this spin away, and then pop that spin to shuffle both cards back. And I don't actually want to shuffle cards back yet. This is gonna be awkward for them because they're gonna want to run back. Oh, they popped the no free lunch. Very good. Are they checking? Oh no. Oh, but they don't check the agenda. Okay. It's like not actually that. I mean, like we get a poetry trigger, so like it's fine. Okay, so we want a credit from wall to wall, right? So we're gonna pop the spin doctor for both of these cards back. Sure. We just get $1 back. Place an advancement. Unfortunately, it can't go on an agenda because that would be sick. And then we'll just seamless this. And unfortunately, it's not an off-world. It would be great if it was an off-world. Trend-setting, front company, and ablative barrier. I guess it's ablative. Because card draw is going to be really important, so we just like throw that on there. And we're not going to use the ingot time because there's nothing to use it for. We're in so much trouble. Because, like, if this is indeed, like, red team... Yeah, like, red team's going to wreck us. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's very fine. Okay. Trend setting's good. Oh, well, we knew that. How are we doing this? This is kind of bad, believe it or not. We can go draw. Huh. If I go draw, install, spin, we're going to have to... Nah, it doesn't quite work. I could go draw, install, spin, install something else, res the spin. Guess we're doing that. Which means... We'll do that first. Yeah, and then I just have to draw again. Oh. My math was off. That's embarrassing. I mean, I could just discard the send a message and just keep the rest of these and shuffle the seamless back. I don't mind that. Yeah, this is ugly. But that's okay. This is very ugly. Very, very ugly. Oh, second no free lunch. Okay, so it's not the same deck. Warm reception. Acid spam deck loses to Penny Shaver. It does, that's why I'm playing Penny Shaver. Okay. Leaving the spin. Powers. So we just need another ice, but I need money, and we didn't get money. So this hand, oh man, this hand is so bad. This hand is so bad. We need to score this aggressive. How do we score the aggressive? Somebody help me. Please. Please help me. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. If I install 4, they're definitely going to check 4. There's no reason not to, I think. I basically need the money to be able to res the front company and have ice. And then it's like a surprise moment. But like if I install like powers that be, that's still costing them tempo. Okay, we're going to do this because I need a little bit of money here. So we're going to take a turn and just gain 2 credits and be really sad about it. There's the red team. Oh no. Okay, well look. Okay, here's the bright side, right? We've just invested $5. We're going to gain 3 back, so we're -2 right now. If I get a piece of ice and I put it on R&D, like a drafter, right? If I draw a drafter, put the drafter on R&D, put the front company in a remote, and then I have to take a credit, that is not it. So much pain. So much pain. Okay, we have to trick them a little bit here. I feel like I have to feed them. Oh no, I need threat 3. I need to get that. I need to turn this ablative barrier on. That is one thing we can try to do. We can draw and install 2 cards. Yeah, it's fine. Sure. And the Hollow Man we're never going to use, so we'll just throw that out there. And then I could chuck the wall-to-wall out there while we're at it. I think I'll relax for now. I think we'll get it, though. Yeah, whatever. We'll check the wall-to-wall out there. Desperate times call for very desperate measures. And we might just flood ourselves here. Well, actually, we almost definitely are. But again, like, desperate times. Okay. We'll take the seamless back. That might scare them. It shouldn't, but it might. I could res the ablative, but I think I want the value from it, so we're not going to. And then this they can trash because the ablative can get it back. Okay. And then we're running the wall. Fine. This is so bad. I maybe should have resed the ablative and just hope that they don't have a way to get through. Oh, the skunk is good. So what? It's install skunk server 4, install ablative R&D. Skunk server 4, ablative R&D. And then, yeah, we're just trying to, like, outmoney them by spamming assets, which is not going to work against Red Team or Penny Shaver. Like, we can probably concede here. But we're going to play it. That is fine. I'm going to run this one. And then Red Team Archives. And it's just too much money. Like, this econ engine's just too good. But that's the thing. Like, against asset spam decks, you don't have to do very much. Ooh, okay. Drafter's good. Drafter is good. Drafter's very good. And this is the moment where maybe I should have kept the Ingatan counter, because I can recur the Nico campaign. But it's definitely going to be install, and credit. And then we'll see where that gets us. The boomerang is in an awkward spot because it's already been installed. The problem is the drafter's not going to get me very much. It'll get me the spin and the wall-to-wall, I guess. The spin and the skunk works, maybe. The knickknacks there. Very good. Uh-huh. So now we can break the whatchamacallit, the drafter. So that's a problem. Ooh, okay, so this might distract them. Because they're going to steal an agenda and I'm going to install this front company. And that could distract them. Right, I'm never resing this. Because we care about the Nico campaign more than anything else right now. So they're getting in. They're still the best judge in my hand. That sucks. And then we're going to install a front company in a new remote. Yeah. And they have a click left. And if they run server 12, then we've definitely lost. And if they don't, maybe I have chances. Oh, is my stuff... Am I blocking stuff? Oh, I am. Let's try to move stuff up here. There we go. There's only one ice there. I'm convinced that trend setting is a trap. It might be. Well, I had a horrible economic start here. And that's you know, this is kind of how you would expect a horrible economic start to go. Because like in the other game, we're like had econ asset for the start, had a piece of ice to protect my econ asset. Or no, did I? I did. And then I also had the Calvin for draw. And here we're not getting any of that. So it's a little awkward. This front company is going to actually do us a little something something here. We just have to make sure we have enough money. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're never resing any of this ice. So we're probably drawing twice and putting the wage on the board. Guess we're putting the auto on the board. Yeah, I'll put the auto on the board. Okay. Trendsetting and Miserable Thule. That, yeah, I haven't played that yet. I do intend to, because Miserable Thule seems like it had to have just gotten better from last rotation. Decklist is still hiding run arrows, no big deal, but maybe semi-transparent background. Yes, I don't know how to do that, but that's a great idea. Okay, we're not resing. And they're going to steal another agenda, and we're going to put the wage workers out there. And that works nicely. Okay. Gamble says we run HQ. If I were them, I'd just run HQ again. Because that has been working out very well for them. Very well. But if they run HQ, I guess I would res. And then I can't res the auto campaign, which sucks, but that's okay. You have to pick a run here. If they run the ablative, then I can get something. Don't know what I would get. Probably nothing. I'd just save it. Thule lost MCA but gains too much. Yeah. Yeah, semi-transparent background is something that I should... I don't know. It's like, the thing is, like, I think that it's important for y'all to see the deck list. Because I remember when I was watching streams, like, that is something that was very useful. Just, like, having it right there on the screen. So I don't want to, like, compromise that. Okay, this is good. We got a wage workers hiding on the board. This scatter field is probably good enough to protect this off-world office, but I probably want the aggressive instead. So I guess it's going to be draw a card, install aggressive, install scatter field. And this seems fine. There's still like a couple minefields that's going on here, right? Like they have to deal with the auto campaign. They have to deal with whatever's in server 14, which is the wage workers. And now there's the new remote with the scatter field and the unknown card behind that. So it's not totally clear where they should run. And they also have a boomerang committed on top of the auto. So I expect most players here to run the auto campaign and call it a day. Just because like they're kind of like click and press too on getting this money. They're gonna need to like click the penny shaver to get money. The knickknack gaining them 4 off the class act is insanely good. And now the question is, do I put the front company back onto the board? If I do it, I think we wait. I think we're gonna be super patient and we're gonna wait. Right? Yeah, we're going to wait. And here's why. Like, it's going to cause they're going to have to deal with it right away, and they're probably going to run. It's going to cost them a click and 2 credits, and they're going to gain $1 off the penny shaver off that run. But we're going to wait, because if I can score the aggressive trend setting, then it's going to be better. Okay? And then the other reason is because by rezzing the ablative, it's going to free up their boomerang. So then they're going to be more willing to boomerang HQ and play Transfer of Wealth, which we don't want to happen. Please go server 15. Because I don't think we're pinholing the Nico campaign. Huh? Huh? The last spin is in archives. I don't know if they are referencing that or if they are not realizing that. Front Company and Miserable Fool, I think, works very well. Maybe you just cover JNet chat with the deck list. I can. Oh, they hit server 15. An inside job has rotated. I can cover the... But, like, I feel like as a viewer, I generally follow the game by reading the chat. I know that some people don't do that, but I generally follow a game of Netrunner by reading the chat. And I don't know, if some people do that like I do, then they would want me to keep the chat there. Ooh, we can install the off-world too. Hang on a second, this turns crazy. Except I'm going to be broke. Thinking. Okay, I don't want to be broke. So it's going to cost us $4 to powers that be and score. Right? If I res the wage, I'm going to be at $4. In which world I can install... like, I can install the Front Company and then install the off-world and then just hope they don't contest it, which they might not. They might not. They only have $3, but they click the penny shaver and they have money, right? Ooh, that's tough. And if I get the Front Company, I can't res it either. So I think we actually want, like... What? Exactly. Well, let's think about this. They have to spend a click clicking the penny shaver. They have to spend a click running a central. And then they have to spend a click to run and trash something, and they have to spend another click due to the trend setting, or they give me an extra click. Ooh, this is complex. And I get a poetry trigger as well. I think I want the off-world on the board. So we're going to go res, score. And then we'll see what the poetry gets us. Working prototype, Calvin, working prototype. Okay. Now that's an option where we just go res working prototype, res Front Company, and then click the working prototype. And then that'll leave me at $4. Okay. The other line is we don't do the... No, it doesn't work, actually. Can I score this off-world? Can I score this off-world? If I install the off-world, I basically have a working prototype on the board. And... like, I could put the Nico on the board. That doesn't quite do it for me. Does not quite do it for me. So I guess I have to wait. So I'll just be annoying then, right? We're just going to be annoying, which means we're going to install the front company. And we're going to install the working prototype behind the scatter field. Could install it behind the ablative. No, we do install it behind the ablative. It's just credits are better that way. Okay, so working prototype in server 4. Because the ablative is going to get us the Nico campaign behind the scatter field, and that's just going to trigger. And then we'll install the front company and new remote, and then we're going to go res, click it. Back at $4. Okay. So now next turn, if they can test the working prototype, we're going to res the ablative, and we're going to install a Nico campaign behind the scatter field. And I'm not going to have the money to res the scatter field, but I'm probably still going to get it. Which means we're going to gain a little bit of cash. And we're going to have to sneak this off-world office somewhere. And if I can do that, then I'm at 5 points and I can nano management the last Ingaton to win. It's a little rough, but there is light. Little rough. Auto campaign is a card. We could put the auto campaign behind the scatter field. And then we like force them to run through the scatter field. That might be better than the Nico. The Nico's going to gain us $1 extra. Well, the Nico will probably fully trigger. So that's a big deal if the Nico fully triggers. Basically, do we want 7 credits and a card? Or do we want 4 credits and 2 clicks? That they'll more likely go trash. It's a little rough. Ooh, where are we running? Okay. They knick-knack the boomerang. Love to see that. Okay. So I can install the off-world. We definitely are, because it's blocking the red team, and we definitely want to do that. It's just that I can't score it next turn. Right? I think so. Oh well. We'll res. We'll probably have to put the ablative on top, but then the scatterfield goes down on strength. That sucks, but they're really setting themselves up for transfer of wealth here. Powers That Be is my favorite asset in the whole game. Can't say I agree. I've had enough of team sponsorship. Okay, we have no start of turn money, so this off-world office is not going to do us anything. This Calvin Bailey is on top of the deck. I can click for 3 credits. Like, we're definitely getting transferred. Which means I definitely have to ablative HQ. Oh, what am I talking about? We don't click for 3 credits. We click the working prototype. But I can't click it 3 times. That sucks. Thinking. Can't click it 3 times. Huh. We have this ablative on R&D. Like, we have a lot of tricks next turn, so if I just, like, build up cash, we do have tricks. I can install 3 cards and then click the working prototype once, but I feel like that leaves me at $3. No, it's definitely just click it twice in IceHQ. Yeah. We have to IceHQ here. We just simply have to. The boomerang has been like sitting around for a long time. So like there's definitely more boomerangs in hand. There's definitely transfer of wealth in hand that have never been played because the boomerang was stuck on the ablative barrier the whole game. So IceHQ this turn is non-negotiable. I'm an odd player, so that should tell you. Yeah. Can never have enough team sponsorship. What if you just click for 3 and then click prototype and just have 6 more credits so transfer of wealth doesn't matter? Yeah, that's an option. That is an option. I'd rather just not have it happen, though. And I think this can do that. Because it's awkward, right? Like, we still have this front company on the board. So, it's not clear how they proceed here. And they don't have their breakers down. So, they'd still, like, they're almost there. Like, they just have to click the penny shaver and install 2 breakers, and then it's just an econ game. But until that happens, there is still a breaker problem, which means that there are clicks that they need to spend in order to contest, and I can take advantage of that fact. Which is, like, this is the importance of, like, when you're playing runner, of what I call posturing, right? You just, like, get your stuff down, and then you have your money. But it doesn't mean you have to use it. You just have it. So then, like, I can't make... Like, it just, like, restricts what I'm able or willing to do. This ablative is going to get me something. And it's going to be the Hollow Man? No, that's crazy. We're not that crazy. It's going to be... I have to pop it, because I don't want the boomerang to stick around. So... I guess it's the auto campaign or the Nico campaign. And I guess it's the auto campaign, because they're going to have to run and trash that. Oh, no, but I'd rather actually score. Oh, I can score and then powers the Hollow Man onto the board. That's insane. Okay, so we go... Checking. Yep, okay, so we go res. We install the auto in server 12. Just need to check to make sure my math works, that I have the money to score. Because of the wage, we don't have to play the seamless launch, which is nice, but it just makes the seamless launch redundant this game now. That's not true, because they could trash the wage and I could draw the other off-world and I'd have to score it. But the aggressive is good. You know, like I have a board now because of the aggressive. Res this. Start turn. Discarded wrong cards. Feel free to change. Okay, so now we score the off-world, and we get a poetry trigger, and we get a install of the Hollow Man. Oh, and we probably just put the Hollow Man, like, on HQ. That's pretty crazy. And then we know what's coming up. Cool. Okay. Score. Off-world. Poetry. Look at top 3. Okay, so they saw the working prototype, which we knew. There is an auto, an off-world, and a working prototype. Okay. The off-world is only game with the auto campaign. So the question is, like, do we think they run R&D next turn? Because I do want that off-world in hand. I'd love to have an ability on the board that lets me shuffle the deck mid-run, but I don't. Yeah, the front company also did a lot of work giving me the board. Wow. I guess it's the auto in server 15. I mean, and then the off-world will just have to sit on top. I can put the Hollow Man on archives if I want to be really rude, but no, we're just putting it on HQ. Okay, install auto. Server 15. Oh, I can install the Spin Doctor. It's got to be the better choice, I think. The Hollow is like... The Hollow only gives me the win with an Ingaton, and I don't have that. Yeah, so it's got to be the Spin. Okay. There's a Spin Doctor over there. We're just going to do this because I don't want to zoom out. I like that. Gamble in bin, bravado in hand. Slash draw off now. Yeah. Yeah, reinstall spin with power. Yeah, I missed that. I'm not used to having spin doctors in the bin. But yeah, we do want the auto much more than the working prototype. I see it. Discarded Knickknack and Bravado. Focusing on Netrunner has made me feel a lot better. Because I was, like, just tired at the start of this. But I don't know. My head is still tired, I think. Like, I still have that, like, I didn't sleep enough feeling. It's an interesting board state. These are both non-agenda cards. Or, well, the auto campaign is a non-agenda card. The Spin Doctor is a known card. Here's the Kurapira, right? So, like, they've drawn a bunch of cards, so it makes sense that they have this now. And now we pop the Spin Doctor, and we're probably getting the Hollow Man back. Thing is, I don't actually have to use it to shuffle. If they steal an agenda here, what am I installing? Working prototype? I probably should shuffle. It's just going to dilute the send messages, and there's 2 in the deck, so that is kind of important. So let's get the Skunk. Oh, wait a second. No, because we want some of these cards in the bin so that Ablative can reinstall them. Like, Skunk is actually really good in the bin. And so is Hollow Man. So we actually want the card draw cards. Like, we just want garbage. The front company. Yeah, okay, that seems fine. This is what I live for when it comes to Netrunner. That's what I like to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Honestly, like people telling me that they like enjoy, like, I don't know, like I've gone to like a lot of events where people come by and they like tell me that they enjoy the streams and stuff like that, and that gives me motivation to do them more. So thank you. Sam on top. Yeah, exactly. Reception, wall to wall, don't do anything in bin. Yeah. Neither does the front company, because the front company is definitely um better than the warm reception to shuffle back. Ooh, but they're not contesting. Okay. So this auto is gonna be a turn away from firing. And we can also bounce the red team back to hand if we want. Do we install the off-world office? Are we insane? That's the question. Because they're going to have to run and trash this auto campaign, right? Are we insane? I could install 4 cards. I could install 4 cards. And I could just put the off-world behind a scatter field if I want to be safe about it. Ooh, okay. There's multiple ways to take this turn. And whichever one I take will be very telling of me. But there's a world where we don't install, because the thing is, if we keep the off-world in hand, then we can score it with the auto campaign in the world where they let us have the auto campaign, which shouldn't be the case. Right? Alternatively, I can install the off-world, and there's 2 ways we install the off-world. We can install 4 cards, and in that world, they have to spend a click running archives. I could overwrite the auto campaign, honestly. They have to spend a click running somewhere, which is probably R&D, actually. And then they have to spend a click installing a way to deal with Scatterfield. And then they have to spend a click running the off-world, if I put it in server 15. I think that's the play. Is we're just going to take advantage of the fact that they don't have a Kogi Breaker yet. So here's what we're doing. We're going to overwrite this auto. It might be wrong. But I think our tempo... Are we ahead? Like, can I just let these autos ride? No, I think I want to score the agenda now. Because I can just chill. Ugh. In which case they go run a central, install a Kogi Breaker, run server 12, spend another click. Could give them a 1 in 3 on HQ. Maybe I do that. Okay, we're gonna take the bluff line, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna have to zoom out now. I'm so sorry, everybody, but we're taking the bluff line. Just because I think our threats on board are strong enough that they might decide to poke a remote to check for the agenda rather than checking the auto. Because the world where they trash the auto campaign requires a ton of clicks. And they probably are going to have to install their Koge breaker if they don't want to like get Scatterfield. Which it's not, but it could be. Love to see a scoring corp. Heck yeah. I'll install it iceless and ice something else. Yeah, that is something that people will do, right? You can install it iceless and ice something else. You can ice the agenda. You can install 4 cards with or without the agenda, so that's like 4 different lines already. And then you can also like take the line where you like install in server 15 behind the scatter field, and then install a new scatter field and put something behind that as well. So now there's 2 scatter fields. Lots of options. Okay, no Sam. Okay. Whew. Dodge that bullet. Big bullet. Big bullet. That's the thing. Like, they're going to see a Sam at any moment. So we need to win this game sooner rather than later. If you just overinstall and triple ice the off-off. Triple ice. Double ice? I think I only had 2 ice. Oh, unless you meant HQ. Just install something, click prototype last click. I could do that, yeah. I think clicking prototype is unnecessary. Just because like $9 is enough to do what I need here. Yeah, $9 should be enough to do what I need, especially because I'm installing auto campaign, and when I res like ablative barrier on an HQ run, I'm able to get the Nico campaign. So there's a lot of ways to offload money that econ's not a problem. We're not resing the drafter, which sucks, but that's not the deal here. Double Scatterfield loses to a Unity though. It loses to just like a hard install Koge breaker. And the chances that they have a Koge breaker in hand versus the 3rd boomerang is equal. Because they lost 1 boomerang, they just installed another one when they ran R&D a couple turns ago. If they have Unity, these games look really difficult anyways, so in my opinion, you have to call they don't. I respect the thinking. I don't think that's the case, just because like you can still click tax them. Like they have to install Unity and that gets them through 1 Scatterfield. And here it's not quite as clear. So we don't win next turn because we didn't install the offworld. But they might, like, if I would poke one of these cards, like just so that there's a 1 in 4 that you find the agenda as the corp. And if I have like multiple agendas in hand, that would be unfortunate. Running the wage is a good line. This is first time, so it's just a trash. And then we res this other auto. Problem is, we're going to get, like, this click compression thing is not really going to work. Okay. Do I leave the other working prototype just so that they have to check it? And I think the answer is yes. So res res. This is actually really underwhelming. So maybe I took the wrong line there. Huh. Because now this game has become a lot more clear. But they still have to run this auto. And I'm probably going to over-install this working prototype, which will get me a trick back. Right. Okay, so this is also why I delayed. Because by delaying, now I can use double scatter field. It's just a matter of how. Auto super messed up. It is pretty messed up. Hitting the worker prototype is a play. I can go install off-world, install scatter. Well, maybe I just relax, right? Because they're not going to be able to break this scatter. I don't think I can relax, though. Thinking. Okay, we're gonna go like this. This bets on them not having unity. And then we're gonna overwrite server 4. Because this, installing a new card behind the ablative barrier is essentially just like invites the run, the same way that installing the card behind the off-world behind the scatterer invites the run. And we need to reactivate this ablative. I could do it the other way and put the agenda in server 4 and the useless asset in server 22. But server 4 they can break and server 22 they cannot. Working prototype for the emotional damage, not tempo. That's hilarious. I mean, they are drawing a card. Like, that is actually, like, it is a big deal. Because when they run, they get to knick-knack and trash a card, which draws them a card. And if I hit the working prototype, the knick-knack goes on top. So, like, they don't get to draw a card, and their next draw is a knick-knack. This is fine. No! Oh, it was happening. We all knew it was going to happen. We all knew it was going to happen at some point. Should have installed the off-world last turn. No. Is the same line as double ice off last turn, except a turn later? Yeah. In some ways, it's not entirely because they still need to like install Unity and run both servers, which they might not do, right? But if you like double ice the off-world, I'm assuming we're talking about like behind 2 scatter fields in server 15. Then like install Unity, run through, gets them there, whereas like here they have to make 2 runs. But you're right in the sense that like delaying a turn is not ideal, but like only barely, right? Because they would have had did they even knick-knack? Yeah, they did. So they drew 2 extra or 1 extra card this way, so it's like a marginal difference. But I think like, oh, but also like they access an extra card out of R&D, which was the difference maker. So that's a big deal. Thanos, did you have a boomerang or a unity in hand? Yeah, if they have a way through Scatterfield, you have to show it to get the auto. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they kind of should see an agenda at that point. It's so sad. So sad. Like, okay, but think about it, right? Like we were well into conceding territory for the first like 8 turns of the game. Okay? So the fact that we pulled it back all the way to here is, I think, amazing. Because yeah, the first 8 turns of the game was like well into conceding territory. None. 2 boomers, 1 unity, 1 shibby in the deck. Nice. Okay. So we win if this whiffs. It was that close. Because the agenda is just in server 22 here with the Scatterfield. I guess we'll hit this for you, just so everybody can look. Yeah, I could have installed 4 last turn, and you sniped the wage workers off the board, which is a good heads up play. But I had the seamless launch in hand anyways, so I would have been able to sneak the off world just off the board with the seamless launch, which would have been a great finish. But it's just like the problem with that line is I think a different player, I think it's a toss up whether you go and trash the Scatterfield or rather you trash the auto campaign behind a piece of ice that wasn't a Scatterfield, and if it was, you couldn't have been able to break. Or you could have ran R&D and then ran 3 out of the 4 cards in the remotes. And I think running 3 out of the 4 cards in the remotes, I don't know. You would probably expect people to leave the agenda in HQ, given that the auto was about to trigger. So that's a tough call to make. Finding some Nukas would have been nice. 2 Koge breakers and you saw neither. Yeah. Dang. Okay, well there's the acid spam poetry. I will post it, I guess. And I'll just like make a very minimal like this was my week 3 deck, and I guess I'll talk more about the async stuff because I haven't really talked about that in a deck write-up. And that'll be that. Yeah, Knick-Knack As is great. It is fun to play. You get a ton of money. Just gotta find the Knick-Knack. Alright, okay, I'm gonna go, y'all. I have some work to do. I'm gonna play a bit more later, but yeah, I'll be streaming again like every week, just as the async thing is scheduled. So once it's scheduled, I'll hopefully be able to schedule it so people know when it is, but no promises in that front. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, I'll see y'all again next week. Next week I'll be in San Francisco, so this background, which is the OG stream background of my bedroom in Edmonton, is going to be gone, and I'm going to be in a completely new background with Wiki in San Francisco. I don't know if she'll be there while I'm streaming. Probably not, because I'll probably be streaming earlier in the day before she gets home. So next time you see me, it will be in San Mateo in California. I was thinking you wouldn't put it on the table, but after last turn, I figured it was there. I was going to dig R&D, giving you clicks and trashing as much as I could. Oh, Thanos, that's the thing. Okay, I don't know if you realize this, but aggressive trend setting only triggers on an installed Corp card. So you could have trashed things out of R&D if that was something that you were choosing not to do. Because this is not, it's not AR enhanced security. So you can trash things out of R&D, but like, I guess you had a ton of money. But yeah, thinking I wouldn't put it on the table is a good read. Like it's like if I had two agendas though, then I definitely would, right? Because you would just like have one in HQ that you can score if the auto triggers, and you would have one on the board that you can score if the auto doesn't trigger. So that, like, I think it is kind of a 50-50 if there's an agenda on the board, even if you make the correct read that if I only had one agenda, I wouldn't have installed it. Because in the world where I have two, I would have installed it for sure. Because you weren't on game point. So, and even if you were, like, even if you were on game point, then I'd probably put the 2-pointer in the remote and the 3-pointer would be kept in hand, because I can score the 3-pointer out of hand with the auto campaign and the wage workers. So very, like, it was probably like kind of a toss-up if I had the agenda on the board or not. Need to find a 6th player for TI. Yes, we are trying to schedule a TI game. Brandon is going to play, and we're going to Oracle for him. We're going to see how that goes. I'm hopeful. I'm really excited. Brandon's really excited. And hopefully that'll get started soon. And maybe you'll hear about that on my streams. Maybe I'll stream it sometime. Maybe that's what I'll do. You know what? That'll be tough, though, because like there's hidden information. But I could stream Oracling TI for Brandon. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, thanks everybody. And I will see y'all next week. Peace.